Good morning, everybody. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Well, today I wanted to, comment, and I did on Wednesday's show, but I wanted to do, an overall comment to everybody about a comment that I received on Wednesday from a young lady who was basically, chiming in about what I was talking about the other day about not wasting your talents and basically how when I was in that position where I felt like I was sitting on top of the world, I was going. I was going for them. I was get my robot on. You know what I'm saying? But couldn't seem to get my robot on for myself and was making excuse after excuse after excuse for why I couldn't seem to get out here and do the things that I knew. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This stuff was just, it was literally like burning inside of me to do these things, but for whatever reason, I couldn't. And her comment, basically, she was saying the same thing was going on with her. That when she was on her job before, because she got let go from her position as well, from what I could see in the comments, she was going hard for this job. But now, in these last 4 months since she's lost her job, she cannot seem to get any drive, any more momentum, anything to do the things that she's been doing that she wanted to do because of the same thing, fear, being scared. And I done sat for the last day or two. I sat for a while before I even did this, just trying to figure out what to say, what to say, what to say, what to say. You know what I'm saying? Because I can understand going through that because I was going through it. And I mean, it wasn't even just for 4 months. I don't know exactly how long it is that you have been feeling like it is something that you should be doing in some purpose that's on your life, even beyond that job that you was going so hard for. But mass was going on for years. Mass was going on for years, knowing that I should have been doing something other than the things that I was doing for this company. Number one, I want to say a scripture that I kept saying to myself, but still wasn't, like, I guess, letting it truly penetrate in. And that's from, I think it's from Second Timothy verse 1. Second Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. And it say, for the Lord hath haven't given us the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. I would say this to myself like all the time. The Lord haven't given me the spirit of fear. So I know that this is not coming from the Lord. So I want to say that first. That feeling that you have, and it's not coming from the Lord. Okay. It's coming from somewhere else, from some outside force. And I think that one of the main outside forces is ourselves. I'm just going to be for real. It's ourselves. We tend to be our own worst critic. Okay. Other people can tell you how great you are, how wonderful you are. Man, you did that so good. Could nobody have done it better? You were the best choice. But for some reason, we don't seem to feel like that about ourselves a lot of times. Okay. So I think that that's like the number one reason. The number two reason I think is the uncertainty. Because when you go and you work for somebody else, pretty much, even if you don't know the job, you know what I'm saying, and they got to train you or whatever at first, they're training you on stuff that's supposedly already laid out or whatever, pretty much material that, okay, this is basically how this job is supposed to go. And then once you learn whatever, then as you learn it or whatever, you kind of tweak it or do the different things to make the job work for you, so you can do it to the best of your ability. But when we decide to do our own things, this stuff that we feel within our heart that we should be doing, this stuff that we done created in our own mind, and this and that. So it's so much uncertainty there. It's so much uncertainty there because at the end of the day, the only way you're gonna know if it's gonna work is for you to get out there and do it. And that's scary. That's scary. I think that it's nothing wrong with having some healthy amount of fear to a certain degree about what it is that you considering doing, what it is that you may want to do. Because the fact that you are kind of nervous about it means you care about it. Okay, and this is stuff that I done had to realize. And another thing that will, I guess, help you, because it helped me eventually, because I'm not sitting up here like I'm the guru. I know it all. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying through over time and constantly pep talking myself. You know what I'm saying? Listen, all those things that y'all be seeing on the wall in my office, that's all my constant pep talk to myself. Okay, one of my main ones that's up there is by Maya Angelou, and it says, I got my own back. All right, so I have to constantly remind myself, okay, kid, you got your own back. You got your own back. You know what I'm saying? I have to constantly remind myself. So in the midst of me constantly reminding myself, I was hearing things like my therapist, okay, talking to me saying, give yourself grace, Keita. So I want to say to you, Latasha Booth, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, okay? You don't have to be so hard on yourself, because I had to learn to not be so hard on myself, okay? Just like you took all of that time to learn that job, because you did not instantly go into that job. I don't think so, because I know I didn't. When I was doing that position when I was doing the position before that, the position before that, I really didn't know what I was doing, okay? And ended up wowing them and wowing myself. So do the same thing with what you're deciding to do for yourself. Take the time, map it out, lay that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Study your stuff just like you studied their stuff. And then get out here. Like I told one of my college friends about a week or two ago, I told her, I said, I'm growing as I go. That's literally what I'm doing. I'm growing as I go. So that's what we have to do when we do this. When we doing anything, we have to grow as we go. And if you are willing to grow as you go in somebody else's stuff, girl, you better grow as you go in your stuff too. All right? So that is my advice to you and anybody that's feeling like this, because I felt like it for a long time. Okay? For a long time, I kept on being so doggone scared to do what it is that I wanted to do. What I felt like was going to make me happy. What I felt like was going to be helpful to all of y'all. I was scared. I was around here shaking like, as my brother used to say, shaking like Don Knotts. You hear me? Shaking like Don Knotts. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and you can do it too. Okay? You can do it too. Anybody that this applied to, you can do it too. The first step is taking a step. The first step is to just take a step, okay? And if you are fasting with me, as I always say, if you are fasting with me, continue to pray for me. I'll continue to pray for you. We on the countdown, okay? We only have about 8-9 days left. Oh, and if you like me, you may consider continuing on in some capacity, because I'm telling you, it's working for me, y'all. It's working for me. So just continue to keep on seeking God for whatever it is that you done laid out on your commitment form. You know what I'm saying? Continue praying to him and believing him for whatever it is that you laid out and said that, hey, Lord, I'm believing you for this. Okay? Everything doesn't, just instantly happen overnight. Be patient with the process, because it is a process. Have safe travels. Have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.